Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Looking for Love. We don't have our intro music today because I'm not at my regular command ship because my laptop decided that it did not like me today. So it won't charge. So I'll be in Apple. So I'm on my big, gigantic Mac. So y'all just work with us. Hey Lamar, if you just this is your first time here, this is Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. What's up, Lamar?
I'm good, Trey. How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Brr. I don't have a horn, but I got hold on.
You got it all. I see you.
Happy New Year to you.
You got it all.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year 2025. Happy New Year to y'all. Happy New Year to y'all. Happy New Year. So that's that. That's it for that song. Happy New Year. It's so good to see you. We missed each other. We weren't on last week because it was Christmas. But we said we was going to be on here on New Year's, no matter what. So we're here today. And if this is your first time here, or if you've been here with us before, I see some comments coming in already. Happy New Year, Lorenzo. It's so good to see you. Welcome, my brother. Thank you for spending New Year Day with us. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah,
So if this is your first time here, we have a little format that we do so you know what's going on. We do our What Would You Do? That is our viewers' questions. Then we move on to Let's Sip on That. We do a little celebrity chit chat about what's going on in celebrity news. Then we move on to our health and wellness segments, which is Beauty and the Beast. He is the beauty and I'm the beast. If you mess with us, the beast will come out. And then we do our final thoughts, and then we send you on our way. We come back every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hope that you will subscribe, share, and hit the bell for notifications for the next time we're on. If you appreciate something that we say, or you just enjoy the show, hit the super heart. There's a super that you can hit, and it will contribute to us keeping this show going because you know this is self-funded. So we're gonna get right into this. Well, how was your New Year? First of all, it's
good. I went to a friend's house party. It was good. It was real low key, nothing crazy. You know, as older you get, you can stay out of the trouble. You know, cops be out. So yeah, it was good. Good little vibe.
Good.
What'd you do?
Same with me. I went to my best friend's house. It was me, her, and another friend, Jermaine, of course, and we just hung out. But we had she made margaritas. See, I can't let her be the bartender. I was on my back all day.
Ooh.
We only had two.
Damn.
The tequila, one of our other friends, Courtney, bought me the tequila for my birthday. So the bottle, I don't drink by myself, so the bottle's just been here. So I said, let me bring it. Never, ever, ever again. So I'm doing dry January. I'm not drinking for the month of January. I don't think I'm going to drink anymore, but I can't say for sure. But I think I'm going to do when we do our Let's Sip on It, I'm going to be sipping on some healthy drinks that we can share with the people, maybe some apple I saw. But that's just for January. We'll see what February is. Okay.
I'm doing the same thing. So I'm starting 6 weeks of water.
Oh, okay. So we on the same boat.
Yeah, nothing but water. I don't get my daily dose of water. 8 bottles or something like that. I don't get anything near that.
Some doTERRA electrolytes too.
Yeah, but now I'm like, if I could just drink water and drink 2 or 3 bottles a day, then I should be better. So
I drink water all day, but I want that hydrogen water thing. I keep saying I'm gonna get it, and I just never get it. But I want one. Yes, I want that.
You know what?
I want it.
You deserve a Christmas present. I'm gonna send you one.
Oh,
I'll send you one. I got you.
I want that. So we're gonna get to our we're gonna get to what would you do. This is our viewers' questions that they send to us. So let's get right into it so we can do a few of them and then get to our celebrity gossip because there's a lot of stuff going on in these celebrity streets. Mm-hmm. And let's pray for New Orleans. I mean, listen, like you said, I was at a friend's house. You were at a friend's house. Our children, me and my best friend, our kids were home for New Year's. It's not safe to be in crowded places right now. The political climate is dangerous. Yeah. People are mad. People got their own issues. Illegal immigrants are doing stuff. And I'm not blaming them. And then we have people that are just stay out of crowded places because that's the worst place to be where there is nowhere to run. Like they were in Times Square. Can you imagine if somebody just decided I don't be going crowded places.
That crowd, I saw yesterday, we was watching as the countdown, these all them people in New York. I've been to Times Square dozens of times,
I went
and
1 year.
I cannot imagine that entire I mean, it was so
Yeah,
me, I'm a jokester, so I'm looking like, what if you gotta go use a bathroom?
right.
Like,
That there's nowhere.
yeah, like what how do you do that?
You
So
don't. You just hold it, and then the establishments, they don't want you to come into the unless you're buying. Now
right.
you can go into a pizzeria, buy you some pizza, go to the bathroom. You could do some stuff like that, but there's nowhere. But it's so dangerous because if people just decided to stampede, or like that man decided to drive through, there's nowhere for you to go unexpected. They
Mm,
wasn't expecting that, but we're praying for New Orleans. We're praying for the families. We're praying for the people who are lost and those who were hurt. And he's gone. And I was saying to my best friend, he's gone, but it still doesn't comfort the families.
no, not at all.
You can't bring my loved one back just because you're unalived. So
Yeah.
anyway, happy New Year, y'all. We just pray for better days from here. So let's get to our first question.
All
I'm not
right.
used to this setup, so y'all bear with me. I've been in a relationship with my partner since March. He did not spend Christmas with me due to his adult children. Children wanted to keep their family tradition of going on their annual ski trip with their mother. He says he didn't want anybody to be uncomfortable, so I was pretty much just excluded. The same thing pretty much happened on Thanksgiving. I saw him after he spent time with the family, quote in quotation marks. He spent Mother's Day and Father's Day with them as well, but it didn't bother me because I'd only known him for a couple of months and we were not exclusive yet. Now that we are in a serious relationship, I don't think I should have been excluded. His children know about me and I feel very disrespected. How do I express my concerns without seeming insecure?
It seems really weird that grown children would want to keep something going on with the parents. I mean, me being, divorced, if it was a tradition, I'd be like, traditions are meant to be broken. So it's like if he's serious about this woman, he should not have let those things transpire. Um, I
I,
don't know. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know if it's a thing of insecure. If he's telling her she's insecure, that's a red flag because she's not being insecure. I mean, I don't think anybody would sign up for that. Like I wouldn't want that. That to happen. I think there's not. They haven't been together that long. The feelings aren't that strong. I would walk away. That's just me.
I won't walk away. I would just ask him. Like now, you couldn't, like she said, I couldn't say anything on Mother's Day and Father's Day because they only had been together March, April, May, 3 months, 2 months, 3 months for Mother's Day and Father's. So they weren't serious. But now we're talking about 8 months into this, and y'all are exclusive. So that should have been a conversation for you to be able to make a decision of how that should have went for both of you. Because how is this going to be if we decide to get married, if we decide to carry this relationship further? Like next year on Mother's Day, you're not going anywhere with their mother. You're no longer married to her. They can do what they want. And traditionally, if they do go on a ski trip because they may have grandkids, that's fine. But if I marry a man and he say, traditionally, I go on a ski trip with my children and their mother is there. And if she's in a different part of the ski lodge and I'm in a different part with my husband, if I'm comfortable with that, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? No, a woman might be comfortable with it. We see Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys, they go on vacation together. It's your level of comfort. But if I wasn't comfortable, I would say, well, there's going to be a new tradition. And we can go on a ski trip with your children and the grandchildren one week and they can go with their mother. But she has to set the boundaries and she clearly hasn't. And there's nothing insecure about your feelings being included. So he excluded you. This is how I would have felt as a woman. You excluded me to appease your ex-wife. And I don't care about your grown kids because grown kids are manipulators too.
Well, but okay, she said that Thanksgiving and Christmas. So he didn't even. So did she not voice her concern for Thanksgiving so he could make an adjustment for Christmas?
Maybe she said he came over later after he spent time with the family, but that should have been. Christmas should have been discussed immediately after that. Like, oh,
Correct.
okay, I see how this is going.
That's
And again, we talk about this all the time. Your kids do not come before your mate because kids are going to go, they live in their life now. And now he has a problem with his lady, but they all done went and Christmas and Thanksgiving is over. New Year, now they on their way and you got a problem with a lady that you may have possibly had a future with because y'all old. Yeah. So you are not being insecure. You just have to say what you need to say. A lot of times we just say what you need. Listen, I felt very disrespected that y'all left me out of the Christmas festivities. Your children know me, right? And if they want to spend Christmas with their mother, so be it. But that should have no reflection on our relationship. Now, if I bow out gracefully and say, go ahead, I ain't worried, that's one thing. But if I want to spend Christmas with you, and this is a rule of mine, Lamar. If you my man, you going to spend Christmas with me, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, my birthday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day with me. Those holidays, if I'm your woman, if we married, right, or if we're in a serious relationship, I'll tell you that straight from the jump. I don't care about kids. I don't care about no baby mamas. I don't care about none of that. If you are not with me on Christmas, you are not my man. If you are not bringing that ball, dropping that ball with me on New Year's Eve, and we coming into, you are not my man.
True.
And this is what women have to realize. He told you.
You know what? Every week we talk about this, and I hope that these questions help people start to format what their deal breakers are.
Right.
That they can come and say, hey, you know, I heard this on here. I never thought about that. And people should, this is clearly one of those things, like you said, you're going to lead with it as you meet somebody.
Yes.
You know, I'm not going to date you for 8 to 10 months and then be like, oh, see, now that's what we continuously talk about red flags and knowing what you need and knowing to walk away and stuff like that, protecting your peace. So,
but you know, Happy New Year, Mr. Henderson, Mr. Clinton. Happy New Year to you. But you know what? We have to learn that you have to say what you need to say. I don't really care. I'm going to tell you seriously, there's some things that are important to me because some men and some people, holidays are not important to some people. Like some people think they pagan holiday, right? But if me and you were together, I need you to know that holidays mean a lot to me. Birthdays mean a lot to me.
And again, you said you've expressed that, and that will be something that'll be discussed sooner than later. Yes. So, you know, and now I can make the decision and go, okay, I don't really celebrate birthdays. But if you tell me in the beginning, now you've given it to me, now I can decide and go, I know that she takes birthdays serious and I'm going to make it special. That's where the communication comes in. And people waiting 8-10 months, and I'm just telling you, you'll get burned every time you do that, and it's your fault. It is your fault because you're not doing the work on yourself. You're not saying, hey, this is what I need. So,
and I tell people one of my favorite books is The 4 Agreements, and one of the agreements is never assume. Don't assume anything, and a lot of times we assume because we celebrate something, or we assume because we do something that this is normal for somebody on Christmas. Right. I know a lot of people that be like, it's a pagan holiday and I don't like holidays. And I know a lot of people, but I would assume that you would be buying me something. Trey, don't you dare call me Mr. Henderson. I'm Mr. Clinton to you. I know. I just realized who you was. Like we've been together for a long time. I'm sorry, Mr. Clinton. I looked and then I said, oh no, he gonna hurt me for that one. So we're going to get to our next question, but to the woman, you are not insecure. You need to express to him moving forward, because now I don't know what happened on New Year. So what is their family tradition on New Year's Eve? And then on New Year's Day, do they do a big breakfast, or how long did they stay for the Christmas? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
What is his tradition for New? Because if the kids have a tradition with them, and every time them kids say, it's a tradition for us to be together on Easter because we go Easter bunny hopping, you're going to have a problem. Just
35 years old. We celebrate Easter.
Right. Yeah. Because older kids have to be put in their place. So you have to really have a conversation with him now, because I'm curious to know now, did they spend New Year's Eve together? Because why would he, if he could say, my kids like to when the ball drops, we all like to be in the same place at the same time, because you said okay to the Christmas trip.
Right.
You should have been like, no. So you need to ask, because February's coming. Valentine's Day. You just need to set some boundaries and let him know what it is that you want in this relationship. And if he can't give it to you, being that you guys have only been together since March, it would be a perfect time to make a hard decision before you're together next March.
True.
Just, it's
Got
hard,
you.
but you got to
Got
do it.
you.
If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. My name is Tray Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
and we're here to help you with your relationship issues. So we're going to get to our next question. I am not trying to be funny. This woman I'm dating is fine. Beautiful brown skin like a chocolate bar. Beautiful long salt and pepper hair and an amazing body for a woman our age. Doing very well for herself. I invited her to my place because I love to cook and spend time in my theater room. We got theater rooms. We both love documentaries, so I had the perfect evening plan. We had a lovely meal, and then I had a documentary all picked out. We get to the theater room. I tell her to get comfortable. I grab us a couple of throws. She takes her shoes off, and my God, the stench is horrible. Oh, no. And I tell you, horrible, like a man who worked construction for 12 years with work boots and no socks. She acted like they didn't stink. I cannot focus after that. I pretended something was wrong. Something was going on with my internet and got her the hell out of my house. She's been calling, but that's a big fat no for me. I just don't know what to say to her without being a jerk or embarrassing her. She had to know. Any suggestions?
Tell her. I mean, at this point, I mean, you clearly are dodging her. I mean, why would you not tell her? Like,
how do you tell somebody your feet stink?
Baby,
she had to know though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, baby girl. Listen, we were together the other night, and your feet kind of a little tart. It's like, is this something that's always been? Are you going? Something happened? I mean, like, I'm just curious because it's a turnoff.
But if it smelled like that, she has some. And let me say this: foot odor just does not happen one time. Like, that's a problem. Like, your boots stink, your shoes stink. Like, if you have foot odor, then that's a problem. You have to use, like, there's foot powder, there's things that your doctor could do for you. So if I wouldn't have, why she even take her shoes off? Like I don't.
Well, I mean, they're getting comfortable hopping up probably on one of them long big couches or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's certain things. Like I told you,
What would you do? You're a man.
I would tell her. I mean, he's already disgusted and turned off. I mean, I've had situations like that with women, like dirty ears and teeth not as clean as it should be, and like once you get a hygiene turn off, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard, to come back from that. So,
oh no, I don't want. I'm not. I don't. And it's different now. See, even though this is going to sound sexist, I guess it's different if a man's feet stink than a woman's feet stink. It's kind of sort of like when men work hard and they have work boots. I'm not saying it's okay because I work with my man and we're gonna get him some foot powder. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna work on it, but it's totally a turn off for a woman's feet to stink. It's different. And I'm not saying it's okay for a man's feet to stink, but it is probably rare. I go to my friend's house. We take our shoes off. When they come to my house, they have to take their shoes off in my house. I have never had a friend who had stinky feet, like a girlfriend, like never had somebody come to my home. Now I've had men who had stinky feet, not to the point where he said, it's like, oh my God, I told her the internet didn't work, get out of my house. But I've had men who I know worked in construction and they had work boots and sweaty feet and they on their feet all day with their feet tied up and they getting wet in the winter and all of that. But and I understand what he's saying. I don't want to be a jerk.
Yeah, there's a way to do it. I mean, he's already made up. He's already dodging her. So he's already turned off. He doesn't want to pursue the relationship anymore. He's now helping her for the next relationship because obviously she hasn't heard this before. It's like somebody's got to tell her. It's just like
I know my body. I know my body as a woman. Like I know during my cycle. Like I know my body. I know the different smells of my body. I know that 100%. And people could say everybody's vagina has a smell. Your vagina is not supposed to have a smell. Period. It's not. It's not. So when it does, you have a problem. You have like an infection or something. Like you have a yeast infection or a bacteria, whatever it is. If it has an odor, you have a problem. Now going through menopause, I'm reading these things so I can be prepared because I talk a lot about menopause, but going through menopause now, there's some women who are experiencing some different body odors now. So maybe it's her feet. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it goes to the feet, but there are some women who are experiencing body odors down there, underarm odor, like they're smelling themselves, like their pores. But there are things for everything. Like if you have stinky feet, there are things for that. Like there's powder to put in your shoes. After you wash your feet, after you get treatment for your feet, there's powder. So the best thing he could do for her is to let her know. He said she was fine.
If she's fine, fine. Well, I mean, clearly he's had other fine women, and I applaud him that he's not making excuses for a fine woman. He's just like, ain't for me. It's like, tell her. I mean, just tell her. She might respect you for it. She might like you more, and she might try to do better and let her prove herself. I mean, I don't know. It's not.
It's a sticky situation.
Yeah, I mean, but you are required when you are the person who has done the work on yourself and you're grown. Be honest.
Right.
Be honest. Being honest doesn't make you be an asshole. Just be honest. There's a way to frame it. So,
right.
Just
and
be real.
I like him because he said, I don't want to be a jerk and embarrassed.
Right. I mean, he sounds like a man that has done some work and he knows what he wants. And this is a turnoff. Once you get turned off, you're turned off. I mean, it is.
Hygiene is big. Like
very big.
It's big. Stinking feet.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about people at our age and we're coming together. And this is somebody that we want to spend our life with.
Right.
So this is a problem that if it can't be fixed, I got to deal with this for the rest of my life. But that's just something that probably could be fixed. Her feet stinking like.
I bet. Hey, you know how many times I'll be standing in a grocery store and since I'm in the industry of shoes, I always look at people's feet. I mean, it's the first thing. I don't look at faces first. I look at feet. You know how many women I see with the back of their heels be looking like a dried up river?
Oh no.
Cracks everywhere. Like moisturize your feet, man.
Yes.
It's like,
no. I take care of my feet. Look, listen, my feet are cute. I take care of my feet. I make sure I take care of my feet. I don't even care.
I get my feet done every 2 weeks.
I do my own feet. You want to read a comment?
She clearly has bad hygiene and it needs to be addressed, but she probably needs to get her feet checked.
Yeah.
She does. I mean, like you said, him being honest, doing it in a very respectful manner, she'll appreciate that. I think I agree, Mr. Clinton.
I would appreciate it. So we're gonna get to our next question. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Please let other people know sharing is caring. Tell them all about Looking for Love. We are here for married, single, booed up, situationships, all of it. You can send your questions to us at info@newunationnetwork.com. And if you have live in the chat, and we'll answer your question on the spot, because you're here and we respect that. And don't forget to hit the super heart and become a member of the New You Nation Network, because we have a new show that's going to be coming out soon, our After Hours, and we want you there. But it's only going to be for members. So let's get to our next question. I've been with my boyfriend going on a year now. He didn't buy me anything for Christmas. That really hurt my feelings. He knows Christmas is my favorite holiday because I've made that clear to him. I went over this in my mind to figure out why he wouldn't buy me a gift. He's not broke. It's not due to religion. He bought gifts for his children, his mom, and siblings. When he came to my house with nothing, I didn't give him his gifts because I was so shocked. I thought maybe he would surprise me the next day, but nothing. He hasn't spoken on it. I am just at a loss for words. What should I do? He didn't buy you a gift because he didn't want to buy you a gift. Like, we got to stop sugarcoating. We got to stop acting like people are doing stuff because they forgot, or I'm trying to figure this out. He didn't buy you a gift because he doesn't like you and he doesn't care about your feelings.
I didn't buy any Christmas gifts, but I got a different reason. I bought a house. All my money's tied up in this house. So but I let people know leading up to that. Said, listen, Christmas is going to be, because I don't even really, I've never celebrated Christmas.
Christmas is going to be Merry Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, since I've been divorced, I haven't celebrated Christmas. I've never put a tree up or anything like that. So it's just, like it's a pagan holiday. It's not, it's
right. My thing for her is, though, he bought gifts for his children, his mother, his siblings, and he didn't buy her a gift. One thing about us as women, we want to make excuses for people that we want to be with. If I was with a man and I clearly expressed, like I said, holidays are important to me, Christmas is important to me, and I was out with him, because clearly she knows he booked, maybe they went out Christmas shopping together, and she said to herself, of course he's not going to buy my gift. I'm with him. But you went out with him, he bought Christmas gifts for everybody else and didn't get you one. The writing is on the wall. He did not buy you a Christmas gift because he doesn't care about you enough to buy you a Christmas gift. And you went and bought him gifts. Take them gifts back. Go buy something for yourself. Have a conversation with him and say, I don't appreciate the fact that you didn't buy me a Christmas gift. Whether you want to explain it or not is up to you. However, either you're going to stay with him or you not. But the reason why he didn't buy you a Christmas gift, baby girl, let me be real honest with you. And Lamar could chime in. I know if he didn't buy anything for anybody because he was broke, that's one thing, or he bought investments or whatever. But if a man like you and you say Christmas is important to you, he gonna make Christmas special for you. And that man don't care about you. Period.
Mr. Clinton said it.
What did Mr. Clinton say?
He said, yeah, dude was wrong for that one. And he said, I made her feel left out and hurt. Yeah, deuces. Yeah, I mean, he should know that holiday is important to her. And that again.
No, he knew it was.
Yeah, I mean, so
he knew it was. And this is what I can't stand this for us as women. Self-inflicted pain. Because you sitting there, I'm trying to figure out, it wasn't due to finances, it wasn't due to religion. He bought something for everybody else but me. He didn't buy nothing for you because he don't care. So don't play with yourself. Just be honest with you. And either you're going to stay with him because you like him enough to have a conversation, say, next time buy me a Christmas gift, or walk away. But you should not have to tell him anything if you meant something to him. So if it was me, because our title is, what would you do? I'll cut him loose
I
yesterday.
would too.
Yesterday. So we hope that was helpful. I hate to be straight, no chase, and I hate to be hard on women. But then we'll stay with this person. Like, she'll stay with him, and I'm not saying she is, for another 6 or 7 months. And then we'll say, oh, he wasted my time. No, you wasted your time the day he didn't buy you a Christmas gift, and you went further without having a conversation, or you went further, period. The ball is in your court. So any time that's wasted at this point is the time that you wasted, sis. So cut your losses. Absolutely. And I'm not telling you what to do, because you are responsible for your thoughts, actions, and decisions. We're not. Y'all just sending y'all questions and what will we do? And this is what we would personally do. But you have a choice.
Yep.
Okay. Let's get to our next question. My neighbor keeps hitting on me, and I told him it's inappropriate and disrespectful to my husband. He stares at me and makes me very uncomfortable. I am trying not to tell my husband, because what he doesn't understand is under that corporate suit my husband wears, he is a street nigga. Oh, excuse me. That will snatch this man's soul from him. And that's why I'm scared to tell him. When my husband was younger, he did an 8-year sentence for almost beating his sister's ex-boyfriend to unalive for putting his hands on her. I've seen my husband in action, and I do not want him to go back to jail. He's cleaned up his life over the last 20 years. This may push him back to the streets. I don't know what to do. Do I risk telling him?
Give your neighbor one more chance. Say, listen, this is getting out of control. Tell him everything you just said, and that man will self-correct himself.
Tell him, yo, my husband, she said he will snatch his soul.
Yeah, I mean, you need to, not all she needs to say, listen, this is inappropriate. I just want to forewarn you. If you keep doing this, I'm going to tell my husband. And FYI, he did 8 years.
For somebody to unalive.
That enough from a man to another man is like, I don't want to mess with that dude. I don't care who you are. You just be like, it's not worth it.
I wonder if he's white, because this sounds like,
Could be. But I mean, from a man to a man, if another man's like, oh, I know this dude, he did time, you're already going to self-correct, be like, oh, man, I don't want to be dealing with that.
Right.
And it'll be done.
And I understand what she's saying. Because if you know your husband and you know your husband, and I know some of my cousins that spent time in jail, they some street dudes. They don't care. Like once you've done a bid, and not only that, but we are who we are. And I tell people this all the time. You hear me say it all the time. I'm 90% Christian and I'm 10% Cardi B. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. What's the song? I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. Listen, y'all got to leave people alone because you don't know who you're dealing with. Like she said, what he don't understand is under that corporate suit.
Yeah.
Because you see my husband come out with a haircut and a suit on. What you don't understand, underneath there's some Timbs and some jeans, and he will snatch your soul. And it, just like you said, just let him know.
Yeah, just don't tell your husband, because then, because it's down to the neighbors and this, and just don't get your husband involved. Tell the guy, tell him, listen, it's getting serious. I tried to take care of this, but if you keep doing this, I'm going to tell my husband. And FYI, he's been in jail before, and it's not what you want.
Yeah, listen, I'm a woman. He got one more time for me. I've expressed to you that you're making me uncomfortable. It's disrespectful to my husband. Yeah. I done said this to you, still looking at me and staring at me and making me uncomfortable when I'm going to my car in the morning and stuff like that. I take crazy as crazy. You understand what I'm saying? When a person, you see my husband, and you still acting crazy, So again, I really appreciate your advice, Lamar, but sometimes you got to let Cardi out. Sometimes
now it's free game. If you sit and tell this dude one more time, and now the time after that, like, listen, I already told you, I'm going to go tell my husband. And I know, but she needs to have a conversation with her husband that, listen, I try to handle this. I don't want you to go to jail.
Right.
But like that, she can talk him off of that crazy, because he really, he don't want to go back to jail. I mean, so
no, right. And she said he's cleaned himself up for 20 years.
Yeah.
But when you mess with somebody, woman.
Well, I mean, it may require, if he doesn't take the hint, it may require another grown man walking up to him, her husband, being like, listen, dude, you're out of line. Cut it out.
Right.
And but it doesn't have to, everything doesn't need to be escalated to emotional violence. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to get to that point. They're too grown for that.
Right. But again, I think that she knows her husband. She said, I've seen my husband in action. So she's trying to really, she's nicer than I am, because I'd have been and told my husband. I'd be like, yo, old boy up the street, I done told this man, listen, you don't have to go and do nothing crazy, but I just want him to leave me alone. Because now that it's gotten to a point where it has escalated, where she has held back, he's really going to be mad, because she has to, because it's come to the point where I had to come to you because I told him.
Right.
Right. So sometimes when it first happened, you should say, honey, the man, he hit on me. I'm not sure if he knows our relationship status or anything, but now if I go to my husband and be like, listen, I told this man to leave me alone and he keeps doing it, my husband's going to be like, what? How long has this been going on? Yeah. This man is disrespectful. He knows I'm your husband. He see me, he speak to me. And this what you've been going through this for how long? Because that's going to make it escalate. So ladies, if anybody ever does anything disrespectful to you at the beginning, let your husband handle it. The day of. Sounds like the dude is
third strike of flirting. Yeah. Basically, he is. I mean, he's out of pocket for real.
Yes. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We are doing our segment, What Would You Do, where we answer our viewers' questions. And we just had a question about an inappropriate neighbor hitting on someone's wife, and she's afraid to tell her husband because her husband already did a bid. And underneath that corporate suit is Hood Boy, is Super Hood. And speaking of that, we're going to go to our next segment, which is our celebrity relationship. Let's sip on that. So I don't have a video for this because I couldn't pull my videos up because I am on my Big Mac right now instead of my wonderful laptop with all my stuff loaded. But in the news, Royce Reed is threatening to air out Dwight Howard since he got engaged. And she's been on social media just ranting about he did this to my son. And if he don't, and I remember when he was abusive and all of these things that she's saying right now. And I'm so sick of Lamar. I am so sick of people airing people's dirty laundry on social media. It's just so bad. Like, I'm just so sick of looking at people go bicker back and forth. Can y'all just talk to each other without us minding y'all? We don't care. We don't care, Royce.
Nah, she's coming across bitter. But what really bothers me is that, like, when you see people crying on Instagram and this, how angry, how sad, how upset do you have to be to go put a camera in front of you and then air out your dirty laundry?
Right.
I'm like, that just tells us where we are in society today. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's like Dwight hadn't been with Royce in 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, now, like, come on.
Once he got engaged.
Yeah, as soon as he gets engaged, now you got a problem with him. Now you want to air out the dirty laundry. I mean, it's like,
and she's like, "Oh, Superman. Well, I want you to know that I'm your kryptonite." Like, I'm like, "Are you?"
She needs attention.
serious?
That's all she does. I mean, she was on Basketball Wives and all that other stuff, so
right.
she needs attention. So I feel for these athlete guys that when they pick the wrong woman, you just can't shake them. I mean, they just always.
Especially with the internet, because there's always an opportunity to get an interview, to get paid for an interview, to give somebody the dirt and all of that. But I'm just like, I don't really feel bad for these athletes. I just feel embarrassed. I feel secondhand embarrassed every time I see a woman come on social media and embarrass herself. Like, you are embarrassing yourself. Every time I see Cardi B yelling and screaming, and I kind of sort of excuse her because she's so young. But Royce, you're not that young. And I kind of sort of excuse the younger people, because they live in a different world than we lived in. But you old enough to know you ain't got no business trying to air nobody out and then say, I'm not doing this because he got engaged. But you just started doing this when he got engaged. So I just want to say to our women, I just really want to say to women, stop embarrassing yourself. I'm secondhand embarrassed every time I see y'all. There's things going on in my life right now that I would never put on social media and embarrass myself, because I'll look as crazy as the person that's doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that. Like, I can handle my business, but y'all are just, I'm like, what is wrong with her? And then she like ranting, like, not one video, but we heard all this before. Now you bringing it back up, and now you're saying something about some criminal charges with him and somebody that was unalived. So I'm like, you can't have people, like, you got to watch what you're saying when you're angry.
True.
Especially on social media.
That is a red flag for me. Is that I don't think a relationship begins until you have that first real disagreement.
Yes.
And then you see, how does this person argue?
Right.
You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, do they take my conversations, my secrets, and try to turn them and use them on me? You know, how do you stick to the subject, or, you know, how do you really handle yourself when you get upset? So, and that takes growth, you know, and a lot of people haven't done that well. So, you know, we know who Royce is. I don't. When I saw it, I'm doing a cleanse now, so everything, I'm not interested. So I'm cleaning up my algorithm, so I don't want to see none of that stuff. So.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. We have to hold, like, I don't know who her friends are, who her circle is, but your circle is so important, because my circle, my close circle, they would never let me embarrass myself like this. Like, it's just so, I'm just secondhand embarrassed for her. And I really just want our women to know that there's a better way to do things. And the best revenge you can always take is to do better for yourself. The best revenge you could do is move off and go be happy and live your life and do the damn thing. That's what people can't stand. And for athletes too, all publicity is good publicity. Because now he's like, look at her. See, what did I tell y'all about her? It's not me. I'm over here minding my business. Even if he's a scumbag, and I don't know. But the way she's acting, everybody's looking now like, he's like, look at her. Look at her. Look how she's doing because I got engaged. And I'm just over here minding my business. So please, ladies, stop.
When you go back and forth, sometimes the best reply is no reply.
Yes. Just like Erica Mena. Like,
I used to like her back in the day. Oh God,
I'm just looking at them. It's just so many women that I'm looking at. And I'm just like, if he's such a piece of shit, the world will know. You don't even have to say anything. But the way that you're behaving and you're making him pull out, like, and this is what the men are doing. Like, this is why we ain't together.
Right.
Who wants to deal with that? If this is what you're doing in public, I can't imagine.
But
in private.
I said it before. These celebrities, these entertainers, they love attention. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
Yep.
You know, if you're an actor or you're an aspiring whatever celebrity, you don't care. You're willing to do whatever to be famous.
Right. And then their son is about to be 18.
It only hurts the kid.
Right. But he's about to be 18, so there's no connection after he's an adult. And that's what's hurting her, because even though we don't know when we're toxic, that something's keeping us connected. And now for her, that connection that kept them connected is about to be severed, even though they're still their kid. But there's levels when you could deal with an adult child without the mother. Right. And we know that because we have adult children, that I don't have to talk to the mother or the father no more, because my child has a phone. My child has my number. My child has their own home. So her fear is, first of all, them checks about to stop.
Right. And he was talking about that. I saw him on a podcast and he was like, let's just say I think he said he was paying $20,000 a month. And he was like, that's tax-free money. Child support is tax-free. He said, I get taxed on it. She doesn't get taxed on it. So the guy did the math, and I think it was like $500,000-$600,000 or something like that. And then he said, Dwight said he gave her $200 when the kid was born.
So she was online saying that he gave her this money because he wanted to silence her. He wanted her to move away. And I was thinking to myself, because I'm not sure. Well, when he was trying to stop, did you take the money? Or did you say no? And then she said, I refuse to move away. I said, but did you take the money? I'm sure she did.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
I'm sure, but she didn't move away because he didn't want to have anything to do. He didn't want a child. And he told her, I have a girlfriend. You were just a jump off. And that's hurtful for women. And the worst thing in the world, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this out loud, and women probably going to be mad at me, but guess who don't care? Me. The worst thing in the world is a scorned woman. The worst thing in the world is a scorned, unhealed, toxic woman. That's the worst thing a man could ever do, is run into a scorned woman and move on to another woman in front of her publicly. Woo!
And again, these men, stop.
Yes.
Having raw sex. Why? Yes. You're wasting your money and you're gambling with your life. Like, why are you out here having unprotected sex and you got millions of dollars? Come on, man. Like,
just put a condom on.
Yeah. I mean, like
cover that thing up. Cover that thing up. Yeah. So Royce, let me say this to Royce. Let me say this to Cardi. Let me say this to every woman that's coming on. Let me say this to Erica Mena. Let me say this to every woman that's coming on social media, ranting and raving. Stop embarrassing yourself. Just move on. Sometimes relationships don't work. It's okay. There's somebody for you that will love you, that will respect you, that will treat you well. And for Erica Mena, it's like, yo, you not only had one baby that he wasn't taking care of, but then you went and had another one. And you think that people are supposed to be sorry for you because you're crying. No, you made poor decisions. And I tell people this all the time, and I tell myself this. You are where you are based on your choices. And if you don't like where you are, make better choices. Ranting and raving and screaming about it on social media ain't going to make the choice go away, ain't going to erase the past. But you can have a better future by just simply making better choices for yourself. And the only way to do that is to be healthy, or you're going to have the same problem with the next man.
I know for 2025, some of y'all need to practice safe vagina and penis management. It's like, God, this is crazy, man.
Vagina and penis practice. Yes, protect yourself, because it's crazy out here in these streets. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love, and we're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Please subscribe, share, and hit the bell for notifications. Make sure if this is if you're enjoying yourself while you're watching now or the replay, hit the super heart to support us so that we can continue to do this. So we're going to get to our next segment, which is Beauty and the Beast, our health and wellness segment. So Lamar, do you have something for us?
Yes, I do. So for men, listen, it's New Year's resolution. Everybody's hitting the gym. So I have, talked about the different vitamins that men need to take and focus on. So here's a little rundown. I'll give you one or two of them. Magnesium is important for muscle and nerve function, energy production, heart health, stress management, and improved sleep. The one that I just started taking is zinc, vital for testosterone protection. Guys, testosterone is your livelihood. So when you see a guy with a big old belly, low testosterone.
Oh,
that's the number one key.
Stay away from me with your big belly. No, I'm just joking.
And as your low testosterone goes down, your willy don't work. So it's like you need to do that. You need, it's big in reproductive health and muscle recovery. So magnesium and zinc, add that to your daily, vitamins.
Yes. And I'm going to say from a mental standpoint, we're going into 2025. Today is January 1st, 2025. Happy New Year again. Let go of people that don't want you in 2025. Just let go. Like, don't go into 2025 with the same baggage that you had in 2024. Look around at yesterday. Who were you with? How important was it? What was the vibe like? Right? Like, I had two of my very good friends with me. The vibe was good. I think, some people had called and said, "What are you doing? You want to come over?" Oh, no, they want me to be alone. You're a single woman. So mental is telling me these are people who find me important in their lives. And I want to move forward with people who are important in my life and I'm important in their life. So I want us to just be mindful of the people who have been showing up, because we have to be honest with ourselves. And so many times we're banging on doors that are no longer good for us, or we're begging people. No, look at the people that just simply show up. That just ain't no question about it. They make you feel comfortable. You're good. Honor yourself. Honor your well-being and your peace of mind. So we thank y'all so much for tuning in. So we're going to get to our final thoughts. Drum roll, please. Where's my little machine? You forgot about my little machine.
Oh, yeah.
Where's my little drum roll? Oh, is this it? Oh, no. That was a bomb. Oh, God. What's your final thought?
My final thought, I'm going to share something with you guys, and I don't try to get too personal too often. So Saturday night, my younger sister was attacked. Yeah, she had two guys approach her. She's a nice sized woman. She's bull strong. She fought them off. She was at a taco truck, so she stopped to get a taco after work. It was like 3 a.m. She's a bartender, and two guys approached her. She ended up cracking the phone over one of the guys' head, and they tussled, and then some other people came, and the guys ran off. Could have been a whole lot worse. But women, I immediately called my daughter, and I'm telling all women, and you guys share, at nighttime, and now it's getting dark early, your head needs to be on the swivel. You need to be in the house. Leaving your home and going out at night is not safe. And it's not, it can't happen to me. The law of averages, if you do it enough, you will put yourself in that situation. And that's what I was trying to explain to my sister. And she's like, well, I handled it. I said, listen, you were lucky this time. I said,
I didn't have a weapon, right?
Exactly. So it's like, why put yourself in a position when you're leaving work, leave work, go home. You don't need to stop and beeline and get gas and do anything like that. And it's 2, 3 in the morning. If you do that 10 times, the average is something is going to happen. It's going to happen soon. So I just urge people, not just women, men and women, don't put yourselves in situations during this time period where people are
desperate.
They're desperate. People they're depressed about the holidays, lack of money, things are tough. Don't add to it by being easy. Your opportunity. So just be safe out there, guys. It's really, really, really getting getting bad. It's probably going to get worse, and the world is changing, and it's going to be interesting. The next 6 months are going to be very, very, very interesting. So
yes. And my final thought is Happy New Year. And just understand you are here. If you woke up this morning, you are here on purpose for a purpose. If you just listen to me, you can do anything you put your mind to. You could do, be, go, or have anything that you want if you just believe in yourself. So I want us to all go into 2025, all gas, no brakes, believing in ourselves, believing that anything is possible. We got a whole network. We do what we want to do. And it's growing. And it's going to be $1 million network because we're going to keep doing what we want to do. And we believe in ourselves. Anything that we put our hands on, Lamar and myself, we believe that anything we touch is going to turn to platinum, not even gold. We have platinum level, and 2025 is our best year yet. And we want y'all to go for this ride with us. We want y'all to understand that you are enough. Stop doubting yourself. This year, just be bold. Just be bold and just do it. I'm telling you, I'm just walking and I'm just like, yep, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I don't care. I'm doing it. If I'm never going to fail, something may not work out and I may have to try the recipe again. I may have to do it over. You make a cake, you might have to add a little more sugar, but it's never a fail. You only fail when you stop trying. So believe in yourself. 2025 can be your best year. Set a goal. If you want to be a millionaire, say, I want to be a millionaire, and then sit down and come up with a strategic plan of, I need to make $100,000 a year, $100 a day, whatever it is. Just sit down, put your mind to it. Once you believe it, you can achieve it, and it is done. So happy New Year. Happy 2025. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us. We've been doing this for a year.
1 year. Let's go.
Thank you for rocking with us for 2024 and we just looking forward to 2025. We got so much more stuff coming up for y'all. So when we get together, we're going to do a photo shoot. We're about to kill the game in 2025. So just rock with us. Again, you're looking at doing a New You Nation Network YouTube channel. This is Looking for Love. I am your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
And we'll see you next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same station. Peace and blessings. We love y'all.